Hey everyone, my name is Alshon94. Welcome to Dark Cloud. This game is being brought to you by the PC SX2, and this is basically a dungeon crawler game, but it's got a fantastic story behind it. And we're just going to dive straight into this. At some point in this video early on, there will be a bit of a long cutscene, so I'll put a time on the screen at that point if you don't want to see it. Otherwise, just sit back and enjoy the ride. A book was found in some old ruins. All the scholars who decoded it puzzled over the mystery of the book. A world with two moons illuminating the sky. The many dazzling adventures of a young boy. But whether or not this is a true story, do you believe in the story woven in the book? Maybe it's a fantasy that existed only in a boy's heart. Let me tell you this story. This ancient book tells of a magical and magnificent fairy tale. And the hero of this wondrous tale, whose name is... so I think I'm just going to leave everything as it is from a name perspective. So this guy is called Tone, or Toan. So let's decide. Yep. So Tone, we're going to call him Tone. That'll do. Dark Shrine. Okay, this is at the point where if you want to skip to the gameplay, then I'll put a little note on the screen now. Otherwise, just sit back and enjoy the cutscene. Alright then, so although this isn't strictly speaking the start of the gameplay, this is pretty much after that longer cutscene. This kind of sets the tone and the scene of the game. So you can see now we've come across to this festival type area. There's a really closely knit community, yeah, I think we're just going to go and see what exactly happens to this village in just a few moments. Everyone having a good old jig and jive. Here he is, finally getting up from having his dinner. 2 moons. Uh-oh. Look at the insects squirm about. Start there. Oh, cool. Backflip. Oh. He's shooting lasers at his feet, at his fingers. So many twirls. Such acrobatics. Nice. So, as you can see now, he is literally obliterating everything in its tracks. Tone's looking all confused. Save her! Get her! Run, man! I think. Oh my. Death. I said death. Destruction has been brought onto the village. Hello? Hi there. Can you hear me? Open your eyes. Wake up! Hey! Huh? He's an old man with a big mustache and beard. I am the Fairy King. I'm the entity that unites all of nature's spirits. Listen well, young one. Something bad has happened. Men blinded by greed have revived the Dark Genie. This Dark Genie is terribly powerful. Its power is so great that it could destroy the entire world. You saw it, your own village being destroyed right before your eyes. Not just your village. In a flash, many villages and towns were destroyed. In one night, half of your world was annihilated. It must be the men from the east that performed the resurrection ceremony, probably thinking to use its black demon power for war without realizing how frightening it is. It is darkness, pure darkness itself. Long ago, this so-called Dark Genie almost destroyed the entire world. Its malevolence is that great. The bad thing is that it has the same type of magical power as us, spirits. Unfortunately, we aren't powerful enough to destroy it. Young man, I see that you have a strong will that could withstand the evil power, and also a clear, kind heart. You might be able to fight against the darkness it generates. I decided to stake our fate on you. Let me bless you with power. Yeah, look at that. That's pretty cool. Alrighty then. There, surprised? That's called Atlamilia. It's a stone with a magical power. Oh, don't look that way, boy. I'll explain now. It might get too bright for your eyes for a moment. Why does everything fade to white, man? Do you know where this is? This is no simple, empty lot. This was your village. But do not lose heart. As long as you have that stone, you can return it to its original form. You see, just before the village was destroyed by that genie, I saved the buildings and people by sealing them into spheres called Atla. It seems those Atla were scattered all around by its tremendous magic power. They're probably blown to different places around the world. It probably thinks everything is destroyed. You must restore the world before it realizes what happened. Absorb that which I sealed in Atla, using that Atlamilia, and bring them back. Then you'll be able to restore the world to its original form. You may even be able to create an even better world than before. You don't seem to understand anything I'm saying. Oh well, I'll give you another lesson when you acquire some Atla. This guy's so confused. So long. And away he goes into the sunset. So now we're actually starting out the gameplay side of things now. Look at him. Tone, can you hear them? You should be able to hear them. Voices of the wind, voices of the trees, voices of the animals, and the voices of Earth. They are all calling for your help. Tone, you'll probably meet and say goodbye to many people. In talking to these people, you may receive clues to defeat in the darkness. Look for them. Now, Tone, your adventure will begin. First, go to the village chief's house. He'll show you where to go next. Alrighty then, so NOLUN Village is where we are starting our quest and adventure in this game. Now, I first played this game as part of the there was a PlayStation 2 demo disc that you had with like the really chunky consoles where you had WWE or WWF. What was it? Here Comes the Pain, I think. This game was on there as well. Ah, Tone, you are alive. Seems like we're the only ones in the village that survived. We never dreamt this would happen. One night and our village is gone. Can you believe this, Tone? I feel so helpless. I, the mayor of the village, can't do anything about it. What am I supposed to do now? Useless, man, useless. Look at it, he's just so defeated. I guess the only thing we can do is to get help from the guardian of NOLUN Village, Dran. Dran will not abandon us. He'll help us for sure. I have a favour to ask, Tone. Go to the Divine Beast Cave and tell Dran what happened. Divine Beast Cave is the cave outside towards your right side. You've probably seen it before. I may be imagining things, but I sense something has changed about the cave. Be careful. This is the cave key. Nice. Cave key acquired. I put the things you might need in your bag for you. Don't get carried away. If you get in trouble in there, come back here. I'll get you more supplies. Good luck. Okay, so let's just double check that we can... I just want to see... Yeah, so I can't get any more items. That's fine. That'll let you in. The cave has changed quite a bit from before, Tone. Be careful. That's all good. Now, I think, as well, I've played this game a few times before, but I believe there's chests that we can go around and collect as well, but maybe now is not the right time to go and do that. So let's go and explore that cave right now, and you'll see in a second why this is such a cool little game. We're now in build mode, but we're going to go straight over to here, and I believe you just teleport there. It's a pretty sweet feature if you ask me. So we're going to be using the cave key. So in our inventory, we have got tasty water, bread, repair powder, escape powder, and antidote drink. So this neutralizes the poison in the body. This recovers the WHP of weapons, and escape powder allows us to escape the dungeon with command. Cool. So let's get cracking then in this dungeon explorer. Now what makes this so cool is that no two levels are laid out in the same manner. And I think each time that we go into each level, the layout adjusts ever so slightly. It's really, really cool. You can see here B1 has got 8 pieces of Atla that need to be acquired, and depending on where I'm positioning the camera now, we should see the map appear, and as we walk around it, it will generate the map for us. The man again, he's here. It's for real this time, Tone. From here on, you'll be put to the true test. First, conquer this wretched Divine Beast's cave and find Dran's lair. That's your first goal. Since you're a beginner, I'll give you a lesson on how to fight in the dungeon. First, to advance to the next floor in a dungeon, acquire a gate key for the door leading to the next floor. Each dungeon has a different gate key. For the Divine Beast cave, Dran's Crest will be the gate key. The gate key is almost always carried by a monster in the dungeon. You must defeat the monsters to acquire the gate key. Since you can't tell which one has the gate key, you just have to defeat them all one by one. Next, I'll tell you about how to return to the ground level, rather than advancing to the floor below. To return to ground level, mind connect with me. In other words, speak with your mind. When you do this, I will transport your body to the ground level. Just select Leave Dungeon from the main menu. But be aware, if there are monsters left on the floor, the Mind Connect will not work. It will be blocked by their evil energies. In such cases, use the item Escape Powder to get out on your own. The NOLUN Village Chief has lots of it, so be sure to get it before you go. You can also Mind Connect with me when you go through the gate to the next floor of a dungeon. When you re-enter the dungeon, you can start at the next new level so you don't have to worry about losing progress. Next, it's on to weapons. Be aware that weapons are breakable. The more you use a weapon, the more it wears, and finally, it breaks. Broken weapons will disappear. To prevent weapons from breaking, use the item Repair Powder. It will restore their WHP. The longer you use a weapon by repairing, the more magic it absorbs from monsters and thus becomes stronger. It's said that when a weapon reaches its full strength, it can change to a more powerful form. Keep that in mind. Oh, I cast a special spell on the dagger you have on you, so it'll never disappear. But all the new weapons that you will get during the quest will disappear once they break, so be careful. Don't waste your hard work by letting a weapon break and disappear. Finally, the important stuff, the Sphere Atla, where I protected and sealed the fragments of the world. If you see an Atla, don't hesitate to touch it. You can absorb the contents of an Atla into Atlamilia by touching it. When you return to the surface, you will be able to begin reassembling these fragments of the world. Oops, today's lesson ran a little long. That's it for the lecture today. Now, Tone, show me your true ability on this quest. Okay. I guess we're on the roof then. Okay. You can see then, I think the camera's in sort of the right position. We've got health, and I think that's weapon health points on the red bar. Right hand side over here somewhere, you've got the floor that we're on, and eventually the map will start to generate. You can see now that it is generating as we move around. Ooh. X, I think. Yes. Oh, what do we get? What do we get? Macho acquired. Okay. So it's X to do that. Oh, okay. Awesome. So no gate key from that bat. Oh, we do have a skeleton thing though. That's nice. And eliminated. Okay, is that money? I think it is money. That's nice. Ow. That hurt. 13 away from 70 is quite a big hit. Come on, give me that Atla. Or just like a bigger area for us to kind of go into. That'd be nice. Okay, bit of Atla. We get a fence. Nice. So, oh, we're poisoned as well. Are you mad? So we're losing 2 now. We've just got to hurry through this bit, and hopefully you can find some more health from somewhere. So we get a lamp, which is interesting. Okay, so we probably can't go in here yet, can we? No, we can't go in here just yet. So we've got to go all the way back round. We are losing health very rapidly, which isn't great. I will need to find a way if we can explore this a bit quicker, or I'm going to have to dive into my bag of goodies and replenish our health. Or do I just... I feel like it would be better if I just use the antidote now, I guess? There we go. Alright, so that's that taken care of. We don't need thirst, we need health. Okay, we're back up to full health now, so we're going to continue on and pretend that never happened. What tends to happen as well in this game, I think, is that sometimes the key itself that you need is behind the door that you require. That's our exit right there. So that's all good. How many enemies in one place do you want? A magical crystal's been acquired. So now we can see where all of the items and enemies are. That's that one eliminated. Come on. Nice. What's that? What's that? Bread. Oh, yes. So no gate key just yet. Bone key, though. That's interesting. So that's we need that bone key anyway to progress into that last portion of the level. And we get trees. So that's just another, I guess, cosmetic item for the village. I mean, you're going to have some greenery and things for sure. Now, interestingly, that's quenched our thirst, so that's good. Our dagger's taking an absolute battering at this point. So probably I'm going to have to use some repair powder on it so that we don't lose all the work that we've done. But it seems that every swing that I do and it hits, does appear that it does a little bit... Oh. Yeah, so down to 8. There's the cave key. Dran's Crest. Oh my. You can upgrade it. Yes. So weapon. It's this, right? Oh, we have no power-up powder. That's interesting. But I can do this, right? Nice. Dagger +1. We're going to have to use some repair powder on it, though. That's for damn sure. There we go. Back up to 50. And we are back ready to go. Now, I think for the first few... Oh, a dasher. I think for the first few levels of this, we are probably going to have to go back and forth because we don't have that many items at the moment. We have, like, extra bread, and that's great. But we don't have that much in the way of repair powder. We've got Macho's house now for Macho. So everything now, you have the majority of the enemies behind that bone key door, which is great. But we want to go and get some more of the Atla pieces. So we're going to go up to the top of the map first, go and get that because there's no enemies there whatsoever at the moment. And then we'll go and do the bone key bit. We'll eliminate all the enemies. We'll probably then have to come out of the dungeon to make sure that we're fully prepared to go back into it. But that's all good. That's all good. But what's mad is that we probably could have just turned right to begin with, and we'd have had free Atla without encountering any enemies. But it's just, sometimes it is difficult in this game to work out where to go, like from a strategy perspective. Unless, for example, they've got river now, that's nice. Unless you get lucky. There's the carrot. Okay, so carrot must be able to heal us, right? In the same way that bread does. So maybe bread is a little bit more or less potent than the carrot. I guess we'll have to find that out in a second. Excuse me. So I think what we'll probably do with this game, I think I will make this into like longer playthroughs, because we're going to spend a lot of our time wandering around the caves, which is pretty sick actually. So rather than having like 15-20 minute episodes, we'll probably have, I don't know, certainly over 30 minutes an episode, I would have thought. But I'll just see how the game flows. Obviously with each... oh, actually, we are getting thirsty, which is interesting. We're going to use the bone key. So we get a dasher. Oh, and there is... Nice. Another dasher. Thankfully, the weapon points only go down by 1 for each successful hit. So that's quite good. I think I will also just go into here before we take on this bat. This bat might actually end me as well, because it's very frustrating. Cool. So we get a block of cheese. Right. There's the atla here that we missed. So we get road. That's pretty cool. We need roads in our village. We definitely need roads. And then we have this final chest here that will basically complete the area. The map, really? As I got... Okay, so this now... This is normally really useful. If you get the map of magic crystal in the first couple of items you set. Hello? Okay, so I don't think we have... Oh, there's a tram that with rusty wheels. Use item with square. I don't think we have anything that we can use for that. So let's back out of here then. I think we're going to have to come out of the cave completely, as I mentioned, because I want that repair powder and I want the escape powder as well. So I'm going to... Well, I can basically show you what happens when you exit the dungeon or go through that dungeon door. We'll go over and see the mayor, and I think we'll end the episode by placing down Macho's house, putting Macho in there and having a chat with him if we can. But so far, this game plays well, it's awesome, and I love the random aspect as well of this game. Here we go, Dran's Crest. We can now enter and navigate down to the next floor. So we're going to leave the dungeon temporarily, and as mentioned, our progress will be saved. We can either go back to that level dungeon if we want to, or progress down to the next level. Hello? It's the dude again! Why are you walking a spot? Ha ha ha! Seems like you finally came back with some Atla. Very well then, I shall teach you as I promised. The pieces sealed inside Atla are released by touching the Atla with your left hand, where the power of Atlamilia resides. Buildings and people that were sucked into the Atlamilia will be restored to their original form. Once you bring them back to the ground level, you can arrange them as you wish. Why is this guy moving constantly? By going back and forth between the dungeon and ground level, you can restore the earth to its original form. That's your mission as the one who was granted the power of Atlamilia. Now, let us move on. This may get a bit technical. If you wanted to place buildings, etc., press the select button while walking and go to edit mode. Press the select button again to return to walking mode. In edit mode, you can reassemble buildings that have fallen apart and place them on the ground. Seeing is believing. Try it yourself. Must be faster than listening to my lecture. There we go, stop now. Right. Oh yes, and if you ever forget the teachings I teach... Wait, that didn't make any sense. Oh yes, and if you forget the things I teach and use this... Oh cool, there's a manual. Nice. It's a guide for using Atlamilia and other things. I wrote it for beginners like you. Manual can be selected from the main menu. Read it really carefully. Okay, I'll leave the world's reconstruction to you. I'll be watching. So long. Why is this guy not helping me that much? Alright, so let us begin. Now, I said that we'd end the episode by placing Macho's house, so let's do that right now. Config and assembly, yes. So we can arrange where Macho is. So we're going to put Macho here. Yep, that works. And I think we can also... yeah, so these are character slots here, and then these are random slots. But we don't know where these go yet. But we can place Macho. Daily training makes for a muscular body. That's Macho, alright. Cool, so we've got Macho placed in. And what this also means now, we do get more chests, which we can open up, which will help us. So that's more bread. But we also get Macho. Macho! Ah, Tone, I missed you, man. That really doesn't work, does it? Your smile really brightens my day. So sometimes when you get everyone that you need, they kind of tell you what they want from the house. Anything from me here? Don't think there is there? No. And what's also cool as well is that sometimes you can get like bolt-ons or add-ons for each house. So you might have a house that needs like a second story, and that's really awesome. So let's go and speak with the chief now. We'll get some more items. That will probably end the episode. It has been quite a long one already, particularly with that really long cutscene. But this looks to be a no easy task. I put some items you'll be needing in your bag. Be careful, okay? So just to double check then, in our items list... Okay, so we have more repair powder. In fact, why don't I repair my weapon now before we go in? And then we can get some more, right? And the water. I think they're just standard items that we get each time. Yes, cool. So basically going to make sure that if we are in a position where we don't have that much stuff, we're going to come out each level, get some more items, then go back in. So for now, I think they'll end the episode. Adventure Day 1, Dusk. Nice. Alright, that's going to end the episode here then. Thanks to all of you who have watched this. If you like what you saw, make sure that you hit the like button down below. Don't forget you can, of course, subscribe for more content just like this. And I will see you next time.